Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Everything Spice. My name is Tanya. Today I am making round 2 of my meals today, and this one is a Portuguese favorite. It's something that we used to do in our house, roasted chicken with potatoes and carrots. I wouldn't say it's a stew, so it's more like a roast. So it's Portuguese chicken roast. All right, here we go. For a couple of days now, well actually overnight, a day ago, I made a marinade of buttermilk for the chicken, of buttermilk, red yellow coloring, because I like that color of the yellow, salt and pepper, cilantro, dried, onion powder, garlic powder. I put that in a buttermilk mixture. Now, you know, like those freezer bags overnight. These are chicken pieces, okay? That's the chicken. What chicken pieces, got it on sale. Those are the ones I'm using, baby. Now, I have some potatoes. I got carrots in the pan. Bring the pan, see, right there. Now, what I'm gonna do with the potatoes, I got me some Crisco, yes, dried the potatoes, and I'm going to rub each one of these beautiful potatoes in the Crisco. Now, you don't have to do this, you can use oil, but this is something that my mom used to do to make these potatoes extra roasty and delicious. Now, she didn't do it with the carrots, and I'm not gonna do it with the carrots, but she did do it with the potatoes. And there's plenty here to go around, so you're not gonna do any more than what we got here. So the potatoes are gonna get a nice Crisco rub down, not the carrots though. And then, oh, it smells so good in here. I can smell my other meal that I'm doing today, cooking. All right, here we go. So we got the potatoes there, we got our carrots. Let's make some room for our chicken pieces. This is so simple. This meal is so easy to do, so simple to do. I'm wearing my gloves, right? Because you're touching chicken, touching poultry. Only do that when you're really cleaned and got gloves on. Push this aside. Here we go. And we're just gonna put it on top of the carrots, okay? And you can't see what I'm doing. Hang on. Let's see if I can move that a little bit so you can see. See what I'm doing? Putting it right on top of, and you can move the potatoes around so you can get the chicken in there. And then you get all these chicken pieces. Yep, good job. All right, so we're gonna put the chicken over here. We're gonna make room over here. Here we go. And then we're gonna get those potatoes on the outside, because I want them to roast separately. The carrots can go underneath, it doesn't matter with that. But I want the potatoes to have their own little space so they can roast and be delicious. Look at that. And we're gonna put it at like 350 degrees. Get this in. This is a big pan, right? Try to stick all this around here. If you're gonna get the carrots, move them around, you can do that too. Just to have, we're gonna cover this anyways at first to roast and really cook the internal temperature of the chicken. So just move those potatoes around. You don't want any potatoes underneath. You want them on top so that they roast really nicely. Look at that. Look how good this is. Love it. Okay, now we're gonna put our chorizo. And the chorizo goes on top. And there's really nothing to this meal. It's very simple, but we're gonna let this roast at first for a while. The juices from the linguiça, not chorizo, it's linguiça. It's a little different smoking method for that. It's the same thing smoking, but the spices might be a little milder than chorizo. That's the difference. It's a smoked sausage though. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna put that in, put it on top, put it around the chicken, that's fine. And that's gonna be so good because all of that linguiça, all the juices from that is gonna roast, and it's gonna give that nice Portuguese flavor that we like so much. All right, so now let me take this off. Okay, gloves are done. Good. Now we're gonna put some spices. I'm gonna wash my hands a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay, now what we're gonna do is put some spices. I got some pepper. All right, I'm right on top. And I'm gonna only put some salt, not necessarily all over the place, but a little bit of salt. A little bit of salt. Okay, put it in my hands. A little bit of salt on top of the chicken, definitely on top of the potatoes. because salt and potatoes are really good together, and it really helps to have the salt. So put that on there. It's going to crisp up the chicken too, believe it or not. But if you have an aversion to salt, you can certainly use any salt substitute. Now, the other thing that I want to use right here is my Portuguese allspice, which is my spice of choice. Now, what I'm going to do too, so put some on there. I'll put it on my hands and then sprinkle it on liberally, whatever. Sprinkle it on liberally. Now, what you can do too, I'm gonna wash my hands anyways, rub it onto the chicken, okay? There we go, rub it all in, so you have all of that goodness on everything. The chicken, the potatoes, everything gets the allspice rubbed down. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do right now is I am going to put it in the oven, and I'm gonna roast the skins and everything else. Join me on the other side where I put the sauce that is gonna go on top. But I want this chicken skins to get a little bit crispy before I do that. So join me on the other side. Welcome back, welcome back. All right, roasted chicken and potatoes, Portuguese style. Hang on. What I'm gonna do is get it out of the oven. It's been cooking for a while. It's been roasting. Oh my goodness, it's so heavy. Look at this deliciousness. Now, what I had to do, I had no choice. What I had to do is take the linguiça out. Not the chorizo, linguiça out. I'm so used to saying chorizo. Linguiça! It's a little different, okay? I had to take it out because it was getting in the way of roasting my beautiful deliciousness over here. All right, so I took it out. But guess what I'm doing? Putting it right on back. Putting it right on back. So if that happens to you where all this meat gets in the way, just take it out. Now look how beautiful it's already starting to roast. It's roasting longer though, my friends, and I had it uncovered so I could get the skin to crisp, because ain't nothing like that. Now, this linguiça is going to flavor this chicken, but I also have something else. There we go. I have something else. A sauce, yeah, baby. And this is red wine, olive oil, extra virgin, tons of garlic, a pinch of sugar, some salt, some pepper, and some cilantro. The dried kind. Okay, all of this yumminess, yumminess. And that, my friends, is gonna go all over the chicken, the potatoes. Make a nice sauce. And the onions, yeah. And the garlic is gonna roast. There's no onions in this. And it's gonna get nice and happy. It's got red wine in here. You could use white wine if you wanted to, but I have the Portuguese, like burgundy. And that's gonna flavor and glaze all of these chickens and cook them too, steam them a little bit more. So what I'm gonna do now, since I already had this uncovered and it got nice and brown, I'm gonna cover it up so that the internal temperature in the chicken actually can cook, right? I'm gonna cover it up, parchment, a Reynolds wrap, or aluminum foil. Did I say Reynolds wrap? I'm not advertising anything, baby. I don't get paid by the Reynolds wrap company. Aluminum foil, whatever you wanna do, okay? And then maybe some pepper. Add some more pepper. So I kinda like that. A little bit of extra pepper. And I did put some paprika on top too of the chicken previously when I put it in the oven, if I didn't say that originally. So cover it up until the chicken internally is a safe temperature. I believe 130, 135 if you do the, but you're gonna know. There's gonna be no pink, no running, the juices will run clear, no blood, no nothing like that. And you'll know that the chicken is perfectly cooked. So we're gonna go back into the oven. It's been about, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes. We're gonna cook it longer. So it could be an hour and a half to 2 hours before this is done, because you definitely do not want to make this chicken raw. Eat this chicken raw. And because it has a bone on it, it takes a little bit longer to cook than if it was a boneless chicken. But the flavor that this bone imparts is like none other. So back into the oven, and when we come back, I am going to show you how fantastically rich, delicious, and fabulous this is. Now, the reason I took out the linguiça is because this cooks pretty fast. It's a smoked sausage, right? So if you cooked it too long, like at the same temperature as the chicken, it would be tough and hard. And that is really not what you want when it comes to your linguiça. You want it to be nice and tender and juicy, but I also want it to impart a lot of flavor. And that is why I use it in a lot of my cooking. You'll see a lot of my shows on my channel have Charisse linguiça for that reason. It has a magnificent, magnifico, fantastico, delicioso, however you want to say it. It gives imparts a flavor that is second to none. So there you go. So covered, another half hour, I'm going to check it, and then I'm going to be back to show you the final reveal of this delicious Portuguese roasted chicken, I guess meal, right? Roasted chicken dish. Stick with me, friends. Okay, everyone, this is it. Welcome to the big reveal. Come to the pan, come to the pan. Look at that deliciousness. The chicken is crispy. The potatoes are perfectly roasted. And look at that. The presentation's amazing. And this is Mama and me, I would say, because my mother made this version of chicken, roasted chicken, Portuguese roasted chicken, and potatoes. It's just amazing. Look at the chicken. It's just crazy good. Crazy good. Hang on here. I guess all we have to do is serve you a plate. Would you like some potatoes? How about some, you gotta try this. Look at this beautiful potato for you. And look at the carrots. They're so perfect. It looks just absolute perfecto. They're just so beautiful and roasted. You're going to love it. And you can get a little bit of juice on here. I'm telling you, when you try this for yourself, you're going to be absolutely amazed at what this can do for you and for your family. I mean, it's just amazing. Look how gorgeous that is. Now that is a plate fit for king or queen. And if you enjoyed this recipe as much as I enjoyed making it for you, please like, subscribe, and join me next time for Everything Spice. Happy Sunday, everyone. Be safe.